Remember how I showed you in this video how to buy shares and invest in your favorite Nigerian companies from the comfort of your home through your phone? And from that video, most of you wanted to know how to sell these shares or liquidate your investments when you want to do that. Don't worry, I got you, because in this video, I'm going to show you how to do that step by step. For the benefit of those still trying to catch up, when you buy shares, you are not going to receive a specific amount of interest because shares don't work that way. So all these questions I get about when I buy this share or when I invest in this stock, how much interest are they going to pay, or when are they going to pay me interest? It's not relevant because shares don't work that way. Yes, other kinds of investments, they might work that way, but shares don't work that way. But when it comes to shares, there are two main things we look out for. The first one is dividend, and this is when company pays you money from the profit they've made. So for example, recently in October 2025, GTCO paid dividend of 1 naira per share. So if you had 1 million shares in GTCO, it means that GTCO would have paid you 1 million naira in October just for owning shares, and your shares will still be there. So the dividend is just like a piecemeal profit taking. Then the second thing we look out for is capital appreciation. Capital appreciation is when the value of the shares you bought increases, or when the price of the shares you bought increases. So let's say, for example, you bought GTCO shares at the beginning of this year in January when the price was around 57 naira per share. But now, currently, as at the time of making this video, the price is 93 naira per share. So that means that if you had 1 million shares in GTCO and you sold your shares, you'll be making a profit of 36 naira for each share, which is 36 million naira. And that is profit for you. So these are the two main ways you can make money from investing in shares, either through dividends, which is when the company makes profits and they decide to pay their investors, who are the shareholders, a part of that profit, or when the price of these shares increases and you sell your shares. So these are the two main ways to make money from owning shares. So the question around what is the interest rate or how much are they supposed to pay me next month, it is not relevant because shares work in a different way. Now back to the business of today. I will show you how to liquidate or sell your shares using InvestNaija, and I'm only using InvestNaija because that was the platform I used in my previous video. However, the process is the same across all trading platforms. Trading platforms like Afrinvestor, Coronation, Cowrywise, they are similar. You can just follow the same steps and you achieve the same result. So the first thing I'll do is to log into the platform. So you know, when we bought the last time, what we had to do was to go to where they had the list of securities or where they had the list of companies, and then we searched for the company we wanted to invest in. But now we are assuming that we've already bought the company, so we already have it in our portfolio. Therefore, we won't go through that route anymore. So all I have to do now is to go to where I have my portfolio. If you are using a different platform, you usually see a place where you can view your portfolio. So here I'll click on view portfolio. When I get into the portfolio section, I'll click on see all my holdings, and I'm interested in selling MTN Nigeria Communications. So I just want to call out a few things before we go ahead. So you can see that on the right hand side, they have the market price. So the market price is like the current price of this share I'm interested in selling, and the current market price of MTN as at the time of shooting this video is 474 naira 40 kobo. And then there is the gain or loss, and you can see that this is green. Green means good. It means that I have had 180% profits from the time I invested to now. So the price or the value of my investment has increased by 180%. And then on the last line, you can see average cost. So average cost is more like the average price you bought all your shares. If you bought them in bits, let's say you bought 100 today, you bought 200 the next day, and thereon they will average the price. They'll do a weighted average and show you the average cost. However, I bought all these shares at one time, and the price I paid for all of them was 169 naira. Now, can you imagine? I bought something at 169 naira and I am selling it for 474 naira. And I got these shares when MTN did their public offer in 2021. That was 4 years ago. So if I do a simple average just to get how much return I got for each year, that would be about 45% return each year. If I'm trying to say 180% divided by 4 years, that's 45% for each year. To me, that's a good investment. Going ahead, I will click on sell. When I click on sell, this page comes up. Then when we bought shares the last time, we had a price type. When we clicked on the price type, it showed us two options. It showed us market order and limit order. And if you've not seen my video where I explained the different kind of orders, the four main kinds of orders: market order, limit order, stop loss, and stop limit order, then you should go to my page and see that. So in this case, I'll be using a market order. By market order of market price, what I mean is that sell these shares at the best available price for me. So I will select it, and then the price will come up because I already chose a market price. If I had chosen limits, if I choose limit, it means that I will have to put in the price. So let's do that here. So let me select limit. So this is limit. It means that I can edit this page and maybe put in a price of my choice. So I can select 500 as the limit price. So what this means is that I am telling InvestNaija to sell my shares at 500 naira per share or above. So either you sell it at 500 naira or 510 naira or 600 naira, but don't sell it at any price lower than 500 naira. However, for the sake of this video, we'll not be doing that. I will be using a market price order. So I'll select market order and specify trading terms. So this is just for me to tell them how much or how long they should have this order open. So if I want them to have this order open for only 1 day, I'll select good for the day. And what this means is that if at the end of today, when the market is closing and this order hasn't been filled in, they should cancel the order and not sell anymore. But if I select good till cancel, it means that even at the end of the day, the order hasn't been filled. That is, they've not found a buyer that is willing to buy the shares I want to sell. They'll have to leave the order open until they find a buyer or until I cancel the order myself. But for the sake of this video, I'll be doing good for the day. And then in the last option here, I'll have to put in how many shares of MTN I'm willing to sell. So for the sake of this video, I'll just put in 100 shares. So this means I'm going to sell 100 shares of MTN from my stock of shares. So I will click on next, and then it brings up a summary page. So if you watched my video on how to buy the shares using this platform, you see that most of the things you see while selling the shares are similar to what you saw when we were buying. We have the summary page, price type, market order, offer type, sell, because we are willing to sell. Then order term, good for the day, which means after today, if this order is not filled, please cancel it. Then we have units, 100 units, because I'm willing to sell 100 units of MTN. Then we have unit price, 474 naira 40 kobo. And then we have the fees and commissions. And then we have an estimated total. So what this means is that when this order is finally filled in and when it's finally sold, it is estimated that I will have a total of 46,403 naira 29 kobo deposited into my funds account when these shares are sold. So I'll click on sell security. And when I do that, it will show your order has been placed successfully. Currently, the market is closed and my order can be filled right now, which means I'll have to wait till the next working day when the market opens for my order to be filled. And when this happens, I'm going to see the 46,000 naira deposited into my fund once the order has been executed. So you can see how easy it is to buy and sell shares from the comfort of your home just using your phone. But before I end this video, I have to remind you that you have to be strategic when it comes to your investments. Don't just buy and sell at random. For some people, once they see 1 naira drop in their investments, they are rushing to sell so that they can minimize losses. For some other people, once they see any slight increase in their investments, they are rushing to sell so that they can just realize their profits immediately. That's not the way to go. You shouldn't be checking your investments every 2 minutes or every 5 hours like is a social media post, especially if you have a long-term goal. However, you should be open to liquidate or sell off your investments when certain things happen. For example, when you need cash, there is no point going to borrow money when you have investments. If you have investments and you need cash, it's not the best decision to go and borrow where you'll be paying interests instead of taking from your investments. So that is a good reason to sell off and liquidate your investments. If you feel a need to rebalance your portfolio, maybe because the value of your investment in one company has increased and it's now taking a significant portion of your total portfolio or net worth, then that is a good reason for you to sell. Then if you notice that something significant has changed about this this company you're invested in, maybe the fundamentals have changed or the company doesn't seem like it's going to continue in the foreseeable future, then that's a good reason to sell. But aside that, I don't think there is any reason for you to be checking your investments every 2 minutes if you have a long-term investment goal. Remember, this is not financial advice. Always make sure you conduct your own personal research or consult your own financial advisor. There is a link on my bio where I've included the list of NGX licensed brokers just in case you are looking to get one. So you can click on the link to take you to the NGX website and see the list of licensed brokers and check their status to make sure that they are still active and they are still licensed to practice as brokers in Nigeria. If you found this video helpful, leave a thumbs up for me in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more finance made simple. Like and share this video, and I'll see you in the next one.